Okay, we're having another segment of Fannie Willis. It doesn't get any better than this, or should I say worse than this? Let me set this on my tripod. I call it a tripod, but it's not a tripod. One. These things are so tight. Sorry. I'm so ghetto sometimes, so just bear with me. Here we go. Shout out to this guy. Let me mute it for a second. Yeah, there we go. Shout out to this guy. Go visit his channel. How about this?
And right now, what you have is a office of dysfunction and corruption, and we deserve better. And I am the right choice to improve it.
Corruption, Ms. Willis, that's a strong word to level against the office that Paul Howard has run for nearly a quarter century. If he gets reelected, it'll be more than 25 years.
You have a DA sitting there that doesn't have the qualifications and the experience to do the job. What I can guarantee you is with my reputation, with my community ties, I am going to be able to attract the best and the brightest minds.
Always, always beware of a person that talks fast and doesn't leave a breath in, that doesn't take time to think about what they're saying, that just goes like a train. That's one-on-one of discernment.
That office. You're sitting with someone today that actually wants to make a difference because they deserve a DA that won't have sex with his employees.
A DA that won't have a sex with their employees. They deserve this. Did you give them this?
Because they deserve a DA that won't put money in their own pocket.
A DA that does not put money in her own pocket. Did you do this, or did you go on expensive vacations? Or did you ignore a whistleblower talking about misappropriation of funds?
When it should go to benefit children because we just.
Did you use that gang empowerment, gang center for juveniles? Did you use that grant money and open up the empowerment center that you said you would open up? Or is that money just locked up in your bank?
Deserve better.
There's Fanny. This is her running for office.
By the way, this is Veteran Biker. Go look at his page for this full video.
Accusing the current, at the time, district attorney of some salacious relationships. Now, we all know what's happened with Fanny. She hired a prosecutor that was married, not married anymore, because Fanny and this prosecutor, Nathan, I believe Nathan Wade, had little extracurricular activities. She said right here in this interview that this is something that she did not agree with, something she did not want to go along with. Not only did she have an explicit relationship with him, she paid him 900,000 tax dollars simoleons to help with this, to cover it up. There's information, you can find it. They took lavish vacations, Vegas, the Bahamas, Miami, all over the place while he was still married. This is the highest law in Georgia. This is the.
See what he's saying? It's the highest law in Georgia. These positions that judges, DAs, these positions that uphold the law in the United States of America based upon Christianity, a country based upon Christianity, these positions are not to be taken lightly. Oh, it's like these people don't have no fear of God. Jesus. Um, Everybody is susceptible to making a mistake, but to pad your mistake in the highest level office with trying to fire people to hide what you're doing, That's messing with another person's life. And there's a scripture in the Bible that says, if you do it unto the least of these, my children, it's like having a millstone tied around your neck. Can you imagine a millstone tied around your neck and you get thrown into the ocean? You are not coming up. Point blank, period. God is not pleased with this. The corruption that's in, and it's not just Fannie Willis. Let's just be clear. It's not just Fannie Willis. It's not just this office. It's Congress. It's the Republicans. It's the Democrat. And Trump is not going to save the day. Trump is not going to save the day. You think God is going to let Trump get his glory? No, not going to happen. You guys think the answer is in Republican or Democrat, Democrat or Republican. It's not going to happen. I had a dream in June of 2023. I had a dream there was a bomb. I wrote it down in my book. A bomb dropped on the left side of the president. What does that mean? I don't know. But let me say what I think today it means. Now, this is way back in June. I didn't even try to decipher the dream at that time. But I wrote it in my book, and I just saw it a couple of days ago. Not looking for it. I just wrote it in my dream book. Sometimes I catch my dreams, sometimes I don't. This bomb dropping on the left side of the president. Well, God we're supposed to we're upheld with the right hand of God's righteousness. So this bomb dropping on the left side leads me to believe that the next president is not right. He's left. He's not right. In other words, the next president is going to be just corrupt. There's no in between. You either right or you're left. You're either up or you're down. There's no in between. As a matter of fact, there's a scripture that says, choose you this day who you will serve. And you need to choose. You need to choose wisely. I'm taking my time. Okay. He said, I wish you would be hot or cold, because if you're lukewarm, I'll spit you out of my mouth. So God is instructing us to decide what we're going to be. Either we're going to be all the way one way or all the way the other way. At least if you're all the way another way, you have an opportunity to ask for God's mercy. If you're all the way right, then you have the grace and the mercy of God. But if you're in the middle, it's as if you're saying, I can play you, God. I can play you. I can be a preacher and play you. I can be a teacher and play you. I can be a DA and play you. I can be a judge and I can play you and not get caught. That's the kind of person that God said, I will spit you out of my mouth. Can you imagine when you have a cold and all of a sudden you cough and that film comes up in your mouth? Immediately you want that out your mouth. You spit it out the window. You spit it on the ground. It's just gross. You go to the toilet. That's what God means when he sees a person that's trying to play both sides to the middle. Let me let you hear a little bit more of this. I'm not trying to be up this early on a Sunday morning doing this, but God has me dealing with this corruption thing with Fannie Willis. I have a high disdain for perpetrators. I have a high disdain for light-skinned perpetrators. I said it. Yeah, I said it. I'm light-skinned. But these people think they're privileged. It's okay to be light-skinned, but don't be light-skinned and think you're privileged. Jesus, I just hope and pray that that woman finds justice that was fired from her job and escorted by 7 security personnel out of the office by this woman trying to CHOA. Wait a minute, did I say that right? Cover her own A. That's what she did. And the man that she's with, he's going to go back to his wife. He's going to leave her. He's not going to stay with that woman. He used her, and she used him. They used each other. She used him to get money. She hired him. They made a plan, and they got that money. He used her to get that job and to get that money, and he ain't even that good looking. And you can see when he walks up to the podium with her, he's looked stupid, man. You sat up there and smelt under this woman, and this woman used you, and you probably ain't even got a dime to show for it. You probably ain't even got a pot to pee in. She probably planned all the trips. This nasty woman that can't keep her legs closed. Nasty. Yeah, we're nasty when we can't keep our legs closed in the Bible. Eve messed up in the Bible and messed up a whole creation just because she wanted to get a little doubt in her head, listening to something else, listening to somebody else, listening to the serpent. Thank God that God had enough mercy to speak a word over the woman, and said that your seed shall bruise the serpent's head while he bruises her heel. That means every part of my offspring and your offspring will bruise the serpent's head if you change your life, if you try to do your life according to the will of God. Nobody's perfect, but you have to try. You have to try every day, every day. Wake up trying every day. Wake up trying to do different. It doesn't happen overnight. You're going to fall. You're going to get back up. You're going to fall. You're going to do stupid stuff. But do not be corrupt like this. Do not use people for your own selfish gain. Do not treat people bad at their expense for your own selfish gain. This, with TD Jakes, started in 2024. Puff Daddy started in 2023, and it's going on into 2024. Begin from the industry to the church to Congress. What's next? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't have no predictions on what's next. But by the time I have this next video, I might have a prediction by then. Let me let you listen to some more of this. I don't want to keep talking.
Lady that is prosecuting former President Donald Trump. She's got some baggage, and it's all coming out. And now we also have an audio recording of her, and I'll just play it. It's epic. This is the gift that keeps on giving. So what you're going to hear with this audio recording, this is the audio of a whistleblower privately warning Fani Willis in 2021 that her top aide was trying to misuse federal funds. Whistleblower, okay, supposed to be protected. 55 days later, Fani.
This is the woman that tried to tell Fani Willis. She reminds me of me. She tried to tell Fani Willis that there were some people in her, there was Mr. Cuffey in her office trying to misuse federal funds from a grant that she wrote. She wrote the grant. And see, I have a master's degree in human services and grant writing. She wrote the grant. So she knows what it's supposed to do and not do. And Fani Willis put someone named Mr. Cuffey over her for the social media part of this grant. She tried to tell her in no uncertain terms what was going on, and I'll let you hear the rest.
Fired the whistleblower. What kind of legality that she just crossed? Apparently she doesn't know. She's a district attorney. She should know these things. This audio ends any chance of Fani Willis staying on where she's at. And this offers a very good possibility of
I'm so glad somebody agrees with me that this woman is going to get fired. I am so glad. Do you know God will harden a heart just to prove his point? Do you know when Moses was coming at Pharaoh saying, "Let my people go," He agreed to let him go, and then God hardened the Pharaoh's heart, and they began to chase after Moses. God hardened the Pharaoh's heart. I believe that God hardened her heart. I believe not only did he harden her heart, that she was so blinded that she was blinded by her own selfish ambitions and motives, that she could not see clearly. All she's concerned about is being the top dog on the most prestigious case in the country, one of them. The other one right now going on is Young Thug. And guess what? She has something to do with the guy that's in the indictment, the RICO indictment. She was a lover to that gang member. But that's another story. God will harden a person's heart just to prove his point. God ain't playing. Y'all keep on thinking that we in America are going to get out of this. This is not going to do anything but keep on being a snowball effect all through 2024. For the righteous, the Bible says the righteous will scarcely be saved. Then where will the sinner and the ungodly appear? Y'all better look up these scriptures I'm throwing out at y'all. I studied the Bible a long time. I may not tell you where it is exactly, but I have it hidden in my heart. It says, my word have I hidden in my heart so I might not sin against you. Am I always perfect, or have I always had this walk perfect? No. I come from the street. I come from a family that didn't go to church. I had to make my own way to church. My mom didn't take us to church. My dad didn't take us to church. But God called me. He chose me. He chose me out of that. I can see this a mile away. I can see this with blindfolds on. Ray Charles can see this. This woman's going to lose her integrity. She's going to lose her job. She's going to be, she's going to go to jail, just like Trump and all those went to jail. She's going to get the same thing. These white folks ain't going to have it until she gets the same thing. She'll get out of jail. She doesn't have any record. I know about records. So if she doesn't have a record, she'll get out of jail. She won't do any time, but she can face lawsuits, just like this man said. I'm so glad somebody agrees with me that she is not going to keep this position that she has. And she's holding on to a thread that she wants to prosecute this case. Woman, you have I don't want to say SHIT, but you have blanked on this case. There is no coming back from this. You can't do this case. You're so blinded by your own lust, your own ideology. It's a shame. Let me go back to this.
Executed and possibly going to prison herself for what she did.
He can't give me a sentence. What is the sentence thing? Once I told him about his, respectfully and in an email, about his lack of leadership and the fact that he wanted to do things with grants that were impossible. And I kept telling him, like, we can't do that, and questioning stuff. He would take me off projects, tell people I wasn't doing what I was supposed to because I questioned him. Because I understood, I helped him write that grant. I knew what was in that grant. He told everybody in front of Crystal, Deontay, everybody, we're going to get MacBooks, we're going to do that, we're going to get swag, we're going to use it for travel. I said, you cannot do that. It's a very, very specific grant. He took me off. I questioned Junior DA. There's kids in there from out of the county, all this. Took me off Junior DA. I did not want to do it. He made it look as if I wasn't doing what I needed to do because I questioned him. Because I knew for a fact Mr. Cuppy respectfully did not know what he was doing. Period. So I respect that is your assessment. It was clear to me that you and Mr. Cuppy were not getting along. And I'm not saying that your assessment is wrong. I want you to really listen to the words I'm saying. Cuppy, and this is my personal opinion, to one woman to another, is dangerous to your administration. He tells people, when I reached out to you, he told me, you think your word is safe? Exactly when you reached out to Miss Willis.
This woman does stuff I do. I deal with so much legal problems and legal things where I have some property in Tennessee that I have the oversight over. And I've had to record people. I record people. You know, it's a law that as long as it's two parties, you can record. I record people. Don't play with me. If I say to you, are you going to do this, this, and this, and this? I'm going to record you saying that, yes, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this. And I'm going to save those recordings because you can't trust nobody in this world right now. You can't trust people that have your life in their hands where you pay bills, where you own property, where you rent, because somebody's always out to try to get what belongs to you. And when you realize that, you'll stop sitting there like a sitting duck, like a lot of people I see in the South. I'm not from the South, but a lot of people I see in the South, they trust these plantation overseers and they go directly to them and tell on you just like they're slaves. Not all of them. I don't want to be biased to everybody in the South, but I'm just telling you, these people will turn you in. There's so many CIs out here. That means criminal informants. They will fix something on you just to get themselves out of something. These are some catty people in this world. You have to have a great gift of discernment and you have to protect yourself like this woman did. I applaud her in making this recording. I applaud her in keeping notes. I applaud her in going into the DA's office knowing the DA was just as corrupt as her. She really was giving the DA an opportunity to do the right thing. That's something I would do. I wouldn't let my right hand know what my left hand's doing. And that's what she did in this.
She called me and told me, she told me everything. So once you reach out to her, she's going to reach out back out to me. So I didn't even go to HR because he looked down for his name on my PDP and I didn't even still say point to anybody. Can I tell you something? I have 3 supervisors that have failed in this field. What's interesting to me, because I'm in a learning curve too, they pretend to have a relationship with me that they do not have. I guess that's an intimidation tactic. I'm sorry that you felt that way. But you, Dexter certainly don't have no relationship with Michael Cuffy. You work.
There you have it. That's Miss Fami Willis. You got a whistleblower coming to her, asking for help, exposing the misuse of taxpayer funds, grants, grant money. If you have any affiliation with grants, you know that that is federal money given to an organization, given to a group, given to a company, a nonprofit, for very specific use. You misappropriate it, bad things are going to happen. This Mr. Cuffy was talking about going on trips, buying MacBooks, using it for things that were not allowed.
Okay, this was in November of 2021. Here we are, fast forward, 2022, 2023, 2 and years and about 3 or 4 months later. This woman thought she was untouchable. This woman thought she was absolutely untouchable. I'm going to cut this off right here.
Come under a microscope. There are Georgia senators that are calling for her impeachment and immediate removal from office because the liability that she is carrying within the state of Georgia is huge. Has Fami Willis gifted Georgia to President Donald Trump in the next election? Has she single-handedly given Georgia on a gold platter to President Donald Trump? I'm the Veteran Biker. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like and subscribe button.
Go to his channel, guys. You can see it.
Fami,
or you can hear it.
Seeing some cells soon and an orange.
He said Fanny may be seen in an orange jumpsuit. Listen. I hope her fall brings her to the foot of Christ. I hope her fall helps her to realize she's not invincible. I hope her fall releases those men in the Young Thug trial. Yes, I personally hope that, and I follow that trial. I believe in justice. I believe in a person being prosecuted for specific things and it being proven. If we all had court and anybody could come up with some stuff that lyrics in a song can get you prosecuted, then that's just the beginning of a lot of our freedom of speech of black people, because they're not doing it for country western, they're not doing it for R&B, they're doing it for rap and hip hop. And it's always been set up to take our young black men out, period. Always. But for them, it ain't enough for them to use the music and have rappers speaking of shooting and death and all that in the industry and being told to do that and setting that up. That's not enough. But they want to just take what they say afterwards and set a trap for them. I am so highly against injustice in the system. The state has the burden to prove their case. The defense has the burden to defend their clients. It is a shame. She can't even prosecute this case. She was supposed to prosecute the Young Thugs case, but she had those impropriety, whatever you want to say that word is. Donovan Nutt Thomas. She had those improprieties with a gang member, and she brought this case on. All of this stuff is personal. It's not political. It's not her job. I'm going to sign off, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check this guy's channel out. Have a good Sunday. This is Graceful Exposure coming to you with another expo.